It's our weekly conversation with Milwaukee Admirals head coach Karl Taylor. Coach, good to see you. Some big news the last couple of days. A couple of nights ago, the Nashville Predators had 6 rookies in the lineup, all of who played for the Admirals last season at one point or another. And then last night, we see Troy Grosnick thrust into an emergency situation and coming away with a 5-1 win after not playing in the NHL for 6.5 years. It's really remarkable to see, throw in what Colin Blackwell is doing with the New York Rangers. It's really remarkable to see so many players from last year's team, for lack of a better term, graduate and find success.
I think you understand that as a coaching staff and as an organization, we're super proud of that. Having the opportunity to have those guys go on and get some games. Obviously, we had a good team last year. Everybody knows that. But have guys go and stick and play multiple games, like a lot of the guys are this year, and then it's something as a staff that we're super proud of. The players have to do it in the end, and hopefully we played a small part in assisting them. But then you get a guy like Goose. Like, come on, he goes to another team, gets a chance to play. Very excited for him and his family last night, and being able to win that game. What a great moment.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview with Tom Brady, and he was talking about when he got to Michigan, they only gave him 3 plays. The starter would get 30 plays in practice. Brady would get 3. And they finally said to him, you know what, do the best you can with those 3 plays. So then next time he got 5, and then he ended up being the guy with 30. And I think about guys like that. That's part of the maturation process, understanding. I think of Ellie Tolvanen in particular, getting more time and earning more trust with the coaching staff in Nashville. And he had to do that with you too, for that matter.
Yeah, for sure. And we talked about it this morning in the drive up to Chicago. Just when you have call-up players, you can't just find the negatives, because there's going to be mistakes made when you have new guys join the team, whether it's East Coast League to American League to the NHL. So when you have new guys join, there's going to be some nerves. There's going to be some things that happen that just, it's normal. So look for the good, build on the good, and try to have an opportunity to help these guys have success. And instead of trying to find the negative things. But you look at Toby looks like a full-time NHLer. He's skating around, he's hitting guys, playing well without the puck, and he's scoring. So he looks outstanding. I hope he keeps growing his game as he continues to earn more ice time in Nashville.
The other night too, speaking of earning ice time, Jeremy Davies has been very good for 2 seasons as a pro, and he made his NHL debut playing almost 15 minutes in Nashville, getting power play time. I mean, you talk about putting players in a position that they're comfortable in and succeeding. That's a position Jeremy Davies is comfortable in and succeeding.
For sure. You play your first game, you're going to be nervous, but I thought he did a great job. He started on our power play last year. He's been on the power play here in Chicago all season. And so he's done that for most of his career. And wow, what a moment. You're stepping out on the ice on the first power play unit, and it's your first game. You usually don't see those opportunities. But I thought he did a good job. He's a little nervous early, but I thought he grabbed it and then did an outstanding job as the game moved along.
Yeah, no doubt. A guy we haven't seen in Milwaukee, a first-round pick of Nashville's. You look at Philip Tomasino's numbers, and he's a 19-year-old kid, played in the World Juniors this past winter, 9 points in 9 games, and it seems like the points have come in bunches with him. But I look at the one number I look at that really fascinates me is his last 3 games. He has 15 shots on goal. You're going to score some goals if you're getting 15 shots on goal in a 3-game span.
Yeah, no question. He's a good player. Like, he's here. He's playing at a level that technically he wouldn't be allowed to play at. So he's trying to take it all in. He's trying to learn from our older players. He's trying to add everything he can and what he can get out of being in the American Hockey League. There's talk the OHL. And if that occurs, then the junior players will return. But until that occurs, we're going to keep working with Phil. And he's a natural shooter, and shooters shoot. So he's shooting the puck. He's getting success. We have him on a flank on the power play, and so we'd like to see him continue to shoot and use his assets and his strengths to help our team push forward.
People know Connor Ingram's situation. He left the team for a while to take care of some personal issues. He's back in Chicago on the roster. Is he expected to play anytime soon? Has he worked himself into shape? Where is he at?
Yeah, he's skating and practicing, and Dave Rook's here. He's our full-time development goalie director. So he's going to be working with with Connor extensively. He's skating with the team, and he's right on schedule. Everything's going perfect, and we plan on him seeing some game action next weekend.
That's great. Speaking of the weekend, this weekend, Chicago travels to Iowa. And in the past, a trip like that would be, you leave, if you're playing on a Saturday, you would leave Friday and have a night and get up and do the morning skate and all of that. How is it in the age of COVID? Is it still going to be the same way where you leave Friday, or do you have to leave the day of the game?
Yeah, most of the trips are day of the game. I believe Ryan and I are going to be driving separately from Milwaukee in our rental van as we continue our travels through this season. And so we are personally driving on Friday. And I'll be honest, the staff, I've been gone all week, so the staff hasn't really shared, but I think the boys are getting on the bus tomorrow.
Okay, that's great. And you take on an Iowa team right now. Chicago's in first place. Iowa is Iowa, right? They're a tough team, and Dumont, I think Gabriel Dumont has scored in every game this season. I mean, one of the really good veterans in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, Iowa's a good team, and they're well coached. We had a full rostered last time we saw them here. We kind of had our way with them, so they have a long memory. They're not going to forget that. They're definitely not a goldfish, so they're going to remember what occurred. They'll be in a situation where you're going to see these guys come out with a lot of anger and a lot of pride. We expect a full response out of Iowa, and we know what we had with them as far as our rivalry. And our roster's changed. We got a lot of guys in the NHL right now, especially on the Nashville side of things. So there's good opportunity for players that are here, but we're going to have our hands full, and we welcome that challenge going into Saturday's game.
Iowa allows some fans. Have you played in front of fans this year?
No, we have not. There's been a little bit in GR, but there wasn't a large group. It was just a few. Okay. So with us, that'll be our first kind of regular experience with that.
Very good. Coach, good luck, safe travels, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.
That's Milwaukee Admirals head coach Karl Taylor.